Happy, damn, what's today? Say Monday. Damn, today is Monday. I'm tripped out. So happy Monday. So look, I want to talk about some things because we got a lot of stuff going on in the energy today. And I just want to go ahead and tell y'all what's the tea. First things first, baby. The truth shall set you free. Okay? I was telling them on TikTok about how like people is having dreams about people confessing themselves, so like exes that did you wrong, friends that did you wrong, you know what I'm saying, just certain people, because you know I came to the conclusion that some of them, that's the only way they can talk to you. They've been physically blocked to being able to actually verbally speak to you. You know, don't be surprised if you get like a random DM from a random page, because it goes back to the other video that just went fucking viral. When I told y'all that y'all really think that blocking a man really stops giving him access. You know what stops a man getting access to you is if you cut the cord of communication of how you engage with him. But him still watching you, seeing what you got going on, baby, that will never stop. As long as that man can fucking, where there's a will, there's a way. And y'all can keep playing that. Like, haven't y'all seen shows like Joe and all that? Like, I mean, haven't y'all seen shit that already shows y'all like, you know what, and I'm going to touch your hand when I say this. Maybe you really just wasn't that special for a man to really just keep stalking you. Maybe you just wasn't it for real. Because men that know you are something, they will watch you forever. You might not be, you just wasn't for them. And that's what's the biggest thing about it. But in reality, you still, the same thing with women. They still watch the good men that they know they either fucked up. It's just what you do when people are good to you. Same thing with friends. Friends that you was good to, that they still watch you, is because, you know what I'm saying? Good people always are watched, okay? And so, basically, the energy has now come to where we're in Pisces season, where I told y'all Pisces season is karmic justice of the spiritual realm, okay? And while Neptune was in retrograde, the illusion that people painted over certain situations was that they weren't taking any accountability for what they had done, or they weren't taking accountability to what they allowed. And that was one of the things that had come up, is because of the fact of so many people were in victimized energy, just straight victim. Oh, I can't believe he cheated on me. I can't believe he do this. Like, I've been seeing so many videos of like women catching a man cheat, and they do the most craziest shit. Like, why do you keep doing this to me? Like, bitch, why'd you still be with a man that cheat on you like that? Like, I always tell people, I knew my situation was toxic. So it got to the point, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with them. I don't even care. Because I'm choosing to stay in a situation. That's when I stopped telling people about my relationship, because it was just like, if you aren't going to leave the relationship, what's the point of you even telling us the situation? So it got to the point where nobody knew certain things that had happened in my relationship, because I was choosing to stay. So it's nothing for you to know. So it's just like this victim mentality of what people are doing to you. You need to release that. And then some people, their victim mentality is keeping them in position because they feel like they have to gain power. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't want they don't want the person to move on. They don't want the other people to win. Well, if I can't have them, nobody can. But you don't really want them because of the fact that they don't treat you right. Y'all have to get out of that energy. That energy is coming up, and it's spiritually going to knock the shit out of y'all. Your dreams are going to be right now they're going to be information. They're going to be warnings. And they're going to be confirmations. However you see this shit is however the chips fall. Because it's just like, at this point, you got to be fucking for real. We're at the last season of the 2022 astrological calendar year. Bitch, you know all motherfucking year that man don't fuck with you. You know all motherfucking year that girl do not fuck with you. You know all year that them family members do not fuck with you. You don't know all year that something ain't adding up. So therefore, you want to wait till we get to Pisces season to start trying to do the math and do the auditing. Like, wait a minute, can we catch up? No, bitch, ain't no catching up. Now the report is out. I find it funny because I was getting these random charges on my bank account. And I'm like, why the fuck do I keep getting these random charges on my bank account? And I hit the people up for my shipping for my packages. And they was like, they did the audit, and like 3 of your packages that you sent were above the weight that you sent it. So like, I think I put like a pound or something, but like one of them was like 2 pounds. So they charged me the difference. And so I hit them up like, this is fraud. Like, this is fraud. Somebody's using my shipping account. Like, fix this. And they was like, oh no, just to confirm, it's not fraud. These are actual real things. Like, sometimes it just takes them a minute to catch up on the audit, because the package that I was getting charged for was a package I sent in like September. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is this coming up? That is what's happening. The past events is catching up to people, and it's causing them this riffraff in their mind. And instead of them just taking things for face value for what it is, you know what I'm saying, letting bygones be bygones, they're trying to scramble and fight for it. It's just like, you need to let it go. Because other people are seeing it. You look crazy. It was this girl. She seen her man go in the room go into his house with another girl. She come banging on his door, busting his apartment. He threw her out her apartment. This bitch came back. I seen another girl where she caught her man cheating and she fighting with him outside. Like, y'all gotta stop that. Stop that. I told y'all, when Mercury got into a question, you look crazy. You out here talking down on people and shit like that because y'all don't fuck with each other no more. You need to tell the truth. You're hurt. I told y'all, people are not processing through the triggers of their emotions of like, damn, I just fucked up a really good person. So therefore it's just like, maybe I just need to take fault. Instead, it's like, you know what? Fuck that bitch. That bitch lame anyway. It's like, nah, that ain't how you really feel about it. God is showing you the truth for you to understand it. You can mask your feelings all you want to, but since Pisces season has a lot of Sagittarius energy, you have to stand on what you said and what you did. And that's the part that a lot of people is not trying to do. They're not trying to stand on what they said. They're not trying to stand on what they did. They're not trying to stand on it. But the universe is going to make you stand on it because of the fact that you have to pay karmic debt. Any energy that you put out, you have to receive. Whatever you put out comes back. Whatever you invest in, you're going to see the return. It's two different sides of the spectrum that Pisces is going into because, see, Pisces is also the last mutable sign. Mutable signs is the adaptation. But I always say Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Virgo are all two people. They're the only signs that actually have two people in them. Libra might got two scales, but that's just to balance that it's on the same accord, but that's not two people. Because at one point, this scale can be up here and this scale can be down here. So I'm telling you, those 4 signs, those mutable signs, they have two people. So there's two sides of the situation. There's two sides of the story. There's two sides of the spectrum. There's two sides of what's happening. Some people are having great moments and some people are fucking losing. I told y'all, people can flaunt all day on social media like they cool. Right there, right now, people's fucking losing it. They're losing it. Their health is bad. Their money bad. Their energy is bad. All them people talking about good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. You are the bad vibe. That's going to be the biggest shocker in Pisces season because the pop the collar of like I'm pressure has had people floating up in this energy. You know what I'm saying? You got the flyest hair, you got the flyest nails, you know what I'm saying? You on TikTok, you on Instagram, you on Snapchat, you on Facebook, you on all these different sites, you know what I'm saying? Looking like you popping big shit. I'm trying to tell you, all that's about to it's about to literally like deteriorate, demolish, destroy. And specifically people's image. Your image. Because we're in Virgo energy. Virgos are out of the 4 signs that are two people, Virgos are me versus me. Pisces is this fish against that fish. Gemini is that twin against that twin. Sagittarius is the animal versus the animal versus the human. Virgo is the only one where it literally just sits by itself and realize that it's a me versus me type of thing. This is a me versus me type of problem. This is a me versus me type of battle. This is a me versus me type of war. And that me versus me is now losing it. People are losing it. And they're lying to themselves. People are lying to themselves and they're having to come to a very hard truth. Hard truth. Hold on. It's the astrological thing that's about to come up. Hold on. All right, so people have been saying that the new moon and Venus entering Aries happened today, but on here it says the 19th. Now don't shoot me. Don't rock your clocks, okay? But it said yesterday, okay? And the fact that it did say yesterday would make sense in my mind because of the fact that Sunday is the sun, which is illumination. And what was illuminated was all the new things you needed to do. So yesterday was more like shining a light on your current energy to kind of see your progress, like your progression. Yeah, your progression. And that's where images were demolished. Because I thought it was very interesting that from the new moon until today, everybody had a dream last night about their ex or about the ex-friend or about ex-family member. Then I wake up today and like I have like these weird messages from people that I haven't talked to in years. And it's just like, what are you doing? But I realized that you're attached to an energy of a person I don't fuck with anymore. Because two people, and no, one person I do talk to, but it's the fact that they call me and they was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, what's wrong? They're like, oh, nothing. I'll just make sure you're okay. Okay. Then another person, same thing, but I hadn't talked to that person in years. So it was just like, why do y'all keep asking me if I'm okay? Right. Because you must know somebody else that's attached to me that must be going through some shit. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't have nothing to do with that. And tomorrow, Mercury in Aquarius is doing something with Uranus and Taurus. This is where the battle of the energy is happening this week. It's an amazing week for some, and other people not so much. Not so much. Not so much. Mercury rules communication. It rules electronics. Uranus is dynamic change, and then you got Mercury doing something with Mars, and then you got and that's the it. That's the it. February, I told people February is only 12 days for some reason. You know what I'm saying? It goes by really quickly. That's how fast the energy has shifted. Okay, so you know, it was just a matter of time. It was a matter of time for that shit was gonna come out. It's a matter of time for that shit was gonna happen. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. The adjustments in people's integrity is coming up. Pay attention to how time is being adjusted around you. Appointments changing, dates changing, all that. Just the time. Just pay attention to that because it all leads to something else of the flow of your day. Because with Mercury doing something with Uranus, it gives me rude awakening. It gives me like enlightenment. It gives me like breaking news. Like that's the energy that I get breaking news. Like I get like, you know that, and it's funny that today an Amber Alert came up. And you know, I thought that was very interesting because the inner child has feeling. I told you about the innocence being taken from some of y'all. I can't remember, was that for the masculine energy or for the feminine energy? Something about your innocence was taken, and not in that way, but just in general, the innocence of your purity was taken. And the fact that the Amber Alert came out, that gave me like, that's being revealed of either who took it or the alert that, no, who took it? Who took the purity or something like that? It was a matter of fucking time. That shit been brewing. I told y'all them people did not want whatever was down here to come up, and that shit is coming up. God said it was a clever plan. It all had to work out. I don't know how many more times I had to explain that to people. I don't think people was really putting puzzle pieces together. And I mean, yes, I do know that sometimes I do say things like ahead of time. And, you know, that's fine. But, bitch, take notes so you can have something to go back to reference to. Because even myself, I've had to reference to some things. I watched the video that I posted from the 12th and the 8th. I had to rewatch them over because I had to truly understand it. Oh boy, did I understand it. And the Emperor won't leave the bottom of the deck because it's Aries energy. It's God of War energy. Look at the Wheel of Fortune. And, hold on, where's my phone? All right, so this is what I want to look up because Venus, hold on. Venus is the head of all this right now. Because Venus is doing it, it's out of love. The love is the big thing. And I told y'all, love is longevity, obedience, vitality, and evolution. If the love don't have all that, it ain't no real love. But this has to happen out of love. Venus governs courtship and admiration, as well as personal taste and aesthetic. Venus represents your values, including relationships with finances and material possessions. The planet is all about pleasure, so Venus just sits back and relaxes while it gets exactly what it wants. And with Uranus being in Taurus, that's why things are happening out of love. So it's just like you can't do shit but respect that shit, honestly. And then if it's in Aries, it's just like you can't do nothing but respect this energy that's happening right now. Because Aries is the baby of the zodiac, but Aries are very determined. So like there's this thing about the determination behind of shit being dished out. And then another thing is the fact that Aries, they kind of stood behind this like shield of protection from their spirit guide. So in reality, y'all not really fighting the people that y'all did shit to. You fighting their spiritual team, and that's why I feel like it's tearing your ass up. That's why some of y'all, that's why things are seeming so much easier, because they fighting shit for you before you even get there. I remember I had this video and I was telling y'all about how like I was on the phone with this lady and she was so strict about policy. Like she was so about policy. And as I'm explaining to her, all of a sudden her mind just changed. She said, you know what? I'm just going to do it for you. Don't even worry about it. They putting little things and they fighting things for you. So like they putting things in people's ears or whatever. So it's just like, you know, shit be worked out. You don't have to worry about that. Or they putting things in like, you know, people getting they karma. And specifically another thing is people that have been invading your spiritual like space, that shit, I don't know why I try to tell people, y'all gotta leave people the fuck alone, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sex magic is a big thing I keep hearing. Sex magic, just all types of weird little shit. Just weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like astral projecting and like, you know what I'm saying, trying to cast spells and shit, like working with, you know what I'm saying, like different practitioners and shit. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop that. Because if I could just be honest with y'all, y'all been getting finessed. Y'all been getting finessed. If you've been going to somebody for like to do things, or you've been learning for somebody how to do it, you've been getting finessed. Oh God, you've been getting finessed. If you learn like, oh, if you do this, if you write their name down and put the blood on it and put it in your panties and shit like that, you've been getting finessed. And they spiritual team or whoever they rock with, they just been sitting back waiting, just waiting. I mean, legs shaking, just waiting to get the clear that like, because how can I explain it? They couldn't get involved in a certain point because a part of you had to learn the lesson. You had to release it with love. Like something in you had to shift before they shifted the energy. And then it also had to astral, like it's like they were all waiting on everything else. That's why one thing that I had said in my other video about how like God was distracting you, so because you don't know, it's way more chaos around y'all than y'all know, and it's not for you to know, because you should be focusing on other shit. You don't need to be focused on that shit. That shit ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your business. But like, they had to wait for things to like fully station. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And I feel like because the new moon is in Pisces, where it's the dreamy thing, but see, it's a new moon. So new moons are more for like manifestation, planting new seeds. And then like with Venus being in Aries, it's like a full transition from the last time Venus was in Aries. And it's like, I don't know, something about how they had to wait for things to station. Like they had to wait for things to they just need everything to go click, click, click. And all of a sudden it's just like boom, boom, boom. And the first thing that they had to do was wait for Venus to click, so now they can fuck up people's money and their possessions and their self-worth. That's why that's coming through about people being so apologetic, because their insecurities are finally showing in the public. Because you only act like that out of insecurity and lack of love for yourself. That's why things have to happen in love. And then the next thing to happen is Saturn. So Saturn is normally the tough lesson. So it's like, you know, going to jail, being in debt, you know, getting sick, you know, shit like that. So it's like, you know, you kind of, you know, you just skimming the surface, but like it's because, you know, Saturn is the whole foundation. Masculine and feminine, people are getting hit on the feminine energy first, and then they'll get hit on the masculine energy later. So the feminine energy is why the things have been coming through is like dreams and shit, because, you know, dreams are like spiritual stuff. That's feminine energy. Damn. I told you I was double homicide. I remember I kept saying, damn, double homicide. That's double homicide. But right now, you know what I'm saying? Money's a big thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I told y'all the devil needed his pay. You know, you got to pay that shit. And, you know, whoever the devil's paying out to, you know what I'm saying? You just know, you know how to handle shit now. You know how to take care of shit now. You know how to be better. And you know better now. So, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing to boast about. It's nothing to be, you know what I'm saying, like running around, you know what I'm saying, doing all that extra shit about. I wouldn't advise that. I wouldn't advise that. You know what I'm saying? You're protected up to a certain point of where, you know what I'm saying, that's beyond your responsibility, but you still have a level of responsibility of protection in the physical. And Pisces season is going to be big about spiritual hygiene. So like head wrapped, water, showering, vitamins, prayer. I don't know what else everybody do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all that are moving, you had, wherever your altar was before, it wasn't safe. So wherever you're moving next, like your actual next home, I don't care if you move in with somebody, I don't care, but your next physical home, that altar, you're going to see the difference in the power of that altar because of the energy that you're in now. That altar was there for protection. The last altar you had was for protection. That altar wasn't really creating nothing that you thought. You were just supposed to be learning some type of like relationships, rapport, or some, I don't know. So like if you've been thinking about an altar, but you've been like hesitant, or now all of a sudden you're like, damn, I think I want an altar. That's why you're moving into new energy to where now you can work with them. So like, I don't know, just take what I said. Just take what I said. But that money shit for real. Sorry. That money shit's for real. The money comes first. The money comes first, then the structure, because you need the resources to be able to build on the structure. So remember that. What did I say? The money comes first. Yes, I see wealth, I see fortune, but the word I see is plenty. Plenty. Let's get one more. The soul radiance 8. 8 reminds me of the infinity sign. The infinity sign is right here. You know, one thing they all end is right here. There's not a death without a rebirth. There's not a rebirth without a death. All right, let's get one more. Look, new creations. I told you. So now you can build the resources. Now you can go get the house. Now you can go get the car. Now you can do things. You know, you need resources to be able to do shit, regardless if it's money or it's like, you know, assistance. I don't give a fuck what it is, but you have the resources because that's what Venus rules. Damn. That's a lot, but I'm going to take them. Wisdom, learning, joy, art, courage, and adjustment. Looking back to move forward. I don't know what reading it was or what video it was when I told y'all that you going back to be sprung forward. It wasn't that you were going back to go to one step. You were going back to be catapulted. That energy is coming up again when I see adjustment, because where you're being catapulted to, for one, now you have the strength and the courage to be able to survive it. And then on top of that, you also have the wisdom to learning as you go. That was a big thing that kept coming up, learning thing as you go. And also, I feel like it was interesting because yesterday Erykah Badu they had posted a video of Erykah Badu, and she had these bells on her ankles. And she was like making music, and it was like somebody was saying how it came from like Sri Lanka. It was like an Indian culture. And then I thought it was also interesting that Trinidad. Now, I know Trinidad is like Caribbean, but Trinidad is Trinidad is coming up. Because, you know, it says, I'm just reading this from Google. It says, the question was, is Trinidad related to India? It says the relationship between India and Trinidad and Tobago started in May 30th, 1845, when the first ship to Trinidad from India. Today, 37% of Trinidad and Tobago's population are Indian descent. If I mispronounced any of that, I am so sorry. Yeah. You know, I mean, you want better, so you do better. You can only lie to yourself, but for so long, good and bad. Even when you're going into a new energy and you trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, fully understand what's going on, you can only lie to yourself that new things are happening for so long. You can only lie to yourself that you've actually completed a lesson for so long. You can continue to say, no, I'm in the same thing. I'm scared. I'm going to fall over. And you can only do that for so long. Today I had a client and we were discussing some things. And one of the songs that I had channeled for her was Love Knock You Down. Sometimes love comes around and knocks you down. And one of the lyrics that Carrie Hilson said that made me, like, I had a little twinkle in my eye. She said, so you got to take the good with the bad, happy and the sad, or will bring you a better future than I had in the past. Oh, because I don't want to make the same mistakes I did. I don't want to fall back on my face again. I'll admit, I was scared to answer love's call, and if it hits better, make it worth the fall. You can only lie to yourself so much that a new energy is happening. You can only lie to yourself so much about, like, what's about to happen. Told you it was a matter of time. It was a timing thing. That's what I said. A lot of this shit was a timing thing. That's why y'all couldn't really, you know what I'm saying, see it through. Because it was just like, oh, they kept hearing it, kept saying, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Things are changing, things are changing. And you like, okay, when, where? I keep hearing the same shit. I keep hearing the same shit. And then it's just like, baby, it's a timing thing. Because it's more pieces to it. Because the whole entire structure of our world has changed. You know, they keep saying things like the earth is ending, and the earth is ending as we know it. We just saw a preview of it. Now it's time for the real war. When shit really goes haywire. That's what I said. This summer, you're just going to have to be there, because we're going to have a great fucking time. We're going to have a great fucking time, because at the end of the day, you got to have fun in the midst of chaos. You got to have fun in the midst of shit happening. We not meant here to struggle. We not meant here to, you know what I'm saying, like, be on some, like, you know, strict shit. We're not meant to do that. But you have to be able to handle it spiritually before it happens physically. And that was the issue that we had. So, like, when the first lockdown happened, people was losing their fucking minds. We've learned from that mistake. Wisdom. Same thing, 2021 came, people was losing their fucking minds again. 2022 came, it was just like, okay, maybe y'all caught it a little bit, but now y'all spiritually have lost your fucking minds. So it's like now it's like all the physical things can happen because we're going to be in a whole bunch of masculine energy. So like when things are structuring and building and stuff like that, you now have the spiritual mindset to be able to handle the things. I'm going to tag the Google document that I gave to my personal, my subscribers. I'm going to tag it in the description box below so you guys can kind of see what you need to use for this energy or whatever. And if you haven't subscribed, I think you should, because I'm trying to tell you, based off this Google document that I'm sending you, bitch, you already know I be putting my motherfucking folks up on game. Okay? So we're going to read this. Lakshmi. I think it's Lakshmi. Don't quote me. I'm sorry. Don't quote me. The goddess Lakshmi holds out her hands in divine offering, and the universe responds with such abundance. And we've been getting abundance forever. The bison. With such abundant blessings that gold coins come cascading down. The gold in her crown or on her neck, ears, and wrists shines with the life-giving light of the sun, which radiates upward from the top of her head. She is the light of the world, bringing boundless generosity. This portends a time of great joy and receptivity for you. The prosperity you've been longing for is coming your way. An investment may pay off, or an unexpected windfall may appear. But even if the increase in wealth comes slowly at first, the abundance is sure to expand as you allow yourself to focus on the present value you already have in your life. Always remember, and that was another thing that happened yesterday. Yesterday, you were being evaluated based off of your energy. So like what you said and what you did and like what you were doing yesterday, like being in the flow of things, that was a test from the universe. So instead of you sitting at home and you like writing stuff or you like doing all types of rituals and shit, it was more action oriented. They wanted to see how you handle things as you were out. Always remember that the value comes in many forms. There is good fortune in nature, friendship, and the simple moments of small joys. This grateful awareness will shine in your life like a sweet violet aura around Lakshmi's lumish being. At her feet, baby elephants. And it's funny because I just seen a TikTok where the babies, all the elephants, it was like a group of elephants, they were all taking a nap. Baby elephants herald the arrival of true prosperity. They're about to wake up though. I just heard that. They're about to wake up though. Bringing with them an energy of strength and peaceful certainty. Ms.Carter is telling you to rest assured, for great joy and prosperity will soon be expanding throughout your life. The affirmation says, I open my mind and my life to the blessings of the universe. Unlimited wealth is coming to me in wonderful and unexpected ways. The unexpected is the Uranus and Taurus. So I said rude awakening. You know, rude awakening is not always bad. It just be a rude awakening. You know? So let's get an animal. If we get the fucking elephant, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I have an elephant card, actually. But if we get the fucking elephant, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let me clear the board. And then the Bible verse of the day. Child, listen to this Bible verse of the day. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Don't ever sleep on the Bible, okay? Because it literally be showing exactly what I said. It says Matthew 10:16 says, listen, I am sending you out like sheep in a pack of wolves. You must be as cautious as snakes and gentle as doves. What did I tell y'all back in 2020? Literally back in 2020, because Venus is now in Aries. In 2020, I told y'all was sheep in a room full of wolves and you didn't know it. So you had to learn it. That's all this was. So now you physically understand what you need to do, because this time you're a different person. Different levels, different devils. Or new levels, new devils. Whatever the fuck that saying is. So therefore now you know how to identify a devil. And half of y'all, you know what I'm saying, it was just like you had to learn the outer world, you had to learn the inner world, you had to learn how to adapt back into the world. You had to, you know, so much. Like I was telling one of my homegirls, she was like how she had went to the club or whatever because she's supposed to be like trying to work there or whatever. And she was like, you know, she got up in there, she had to like talk herself down. I've had to do that plenty of times. Like I remember this nigga took me on a date a couple weeks ago. He took me out on a date or whatever, and it was one of those like spontaneous dates. Thank you for confirmation. It was one of those spontaneous dates where he was like, you know what I'm saying, we had went to one lounge or whatever. We supposed to meet up at that lounge or whatever. It was the middle of the week, and it was like real packed and shit. And I was like, nah, I don't want to go there. And I was like, it's too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of them bitches. I have to sit down when I go out. I'm not standing up nowhere. Okay. And so he was like, well, do you want to leave? We can go somewhere else. I said, okay, cool. So we're trying to find another lounge. He was like, oh, I know a perfect place we can go. So we go to the place that he was saying or whatever. And like, you know, he gets us a table, you know, real princess treatment in real life, even on dates. And he gets us a table, and as we're sitting there, whatever, like I take my first seat, and I'm cool. It's not even a lot of people in there, but the music, the bass to the music almost made me like trigger an anxiety attack. Cause I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like my heart is beating so, bitch. I had to go to the bathroom. I had to look myself in the mirror and be like, all right. I had got like a wet like paper towel, and I was like, all right, bitch, calm down. Everything's okay. I had to put like water in my chest or whatever so I could really just relax. And I kept like eating ice and like drinking water. And you know what's so crazy? The fact that men really just don't be paying attention. Like they really don't be caring. And I feel like the men that care enough, you need to watch yourself. Because like I just kept ordering ice. I just kept ordering water. He didn't even give a fuck. He was just like, whatever. And I was chewing the ice in front of him. Like munching that bitch down. I ain't even gonna cap. But it's like I needed it. It's like I needed it to keep me like from being overstimulated. The sea turtle's protection. It says, you're a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. It reminds me of Nemo when they met up with the sea turtles and they were trying to go find Nemo. If the elephant comes out, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. The swan, Grace. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom. That's wisdom twice already. Bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire with dignity and the spirit of beauty. So you got your bell. I wonder what the elephant is in here though. I don't want to fall back on my face again. And what did I say about you got the inner knowing? This gonna keep coming out. But the unicorn came out with infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign in the seen and the unseen worlds. What did I say about the elephant? Oh my God. Hold on. You are the sovereign of the seen and the unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary. Become legendary. This is all energy. But look, as I say about the high priestess, that's going to keep coming out, right? The ego of the mastery, because you don't need to master every, what you call it. Guess what's next? An elephant. Elephant is greatness. It says love. Once again, the energy of love. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom, that's wisdom 4 times. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. And then you got protection twice. You're protected all throughout these changes and things that you're having. But these 3 together, is this all 3 of these energies together? Oh no, not this one, sorry. This is what has made a lot of you guys unstoppable. This is what has made a lot of y'all unstoppable. Because you've observed situations, you observe people, and you just be like, And you just keep going about your day. That's another reason why a lot of people, they were wrong. They were wrong about you. They really thought you were naive. They thought you was green. And I think that's so funny. I've always tell people, like, you think I'm green? That's crazy. You think that? You think a bitch like me, you think I let you get away with that shit? Like I didn't know what else was about to happen? And what after that? Oh, I checked with God before I did a lot of things in life. And what after that? Huh? I need to know. And what after that? Because I know they're not going to get out free. I know you're not going to let them slide. Especially when I was going through that shit in like 2021, 2022. All the shit that I found out about people. Oh, I had to check with my grandma and God. So like, and what happens after that? Now, knowing people's karma was none of my business. But to know that they was going to pay for what they did, that's all I cared about. I don't care how you get God. I don't care what happens. I don't care who does what. As long as you get what you deserve. That's all I care about. That's why I don't get involved. That's why I trust God to take care of my problems. I'm cool. I'm good. I don't need to know what happens to you. I don't need you to come back and admit things to me. I don't care about that. I just need to make sure when I talk to God, before I take it too far, I'm going to call God. When I call God and he tell me, I'm going to take care of it. That's all I care about. That's all I need to hear. Make one phone call. So I told y'all, it takes one phone call from me with God. That's it. One phone call. You're done. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't go around fucking with people. I really don't. I'm really just not that type of bitch. I really don't go around fucking with people because like, what that gonna do? You know, I'm big about my money. I'm big about happiness. I'm big about joy. I'm big about, you know what I'm saying, keeping shit player. You know what I'm saying? Being me. You know, I don't have time to care about people, you know. It never really was none of my concern, you know, like I don't really care. And people know that about me. I don't trip on a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because of the fact of what is it to trip on? You know what I'm saying? Like life too short to be tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to go get you some money. You need to go get you some success. You need to go handle business, you know what I'm saying? Like don't let shit stress you out, you know? And once I like learn how to transmute energy fast or whatever like that, I don't trip about a lot of shit in life no more. It's not that deep. You know, I'm not one of them people that needs to be stressed. I told y'all stress don't look good on me. Stress had me at over 200 pounds. Stress had me in debt. Stress had me at jobs I didn't like, friends with people I didn't need to be friends with, in relationships I didn't need. That's how stress had me. Ever since a bitch let go of the stress, bitch, you can't tell me a hoe ain't bad. Now, ugly, never that. Stress, yes. It just doesn't look good on me. Honestly, it just doesn't. I can look at old pictures of myself and be like, bro, you was stressed, and I can tell. I can tell in my face I be stressed. You know, my skin don't be glowing all over my body like that. You know what I'm saying? I could just tell. So it's just like I just prefer not to stress. So, I love you. I'll see y'all later.